So, what's up guys, GP30 Foamer here, and welcome to the first episode of the South Park Shops. This is a series where I will discuss my endeavors to model my fictional railroad, the Hartsel South Park Southern. We have several locomotives to go through today, so with that in mind, let's begin. Starting off, we have Hartsel South Park Southern locomotive number 1, Louise. Louise is a heavily modified roundhouse old-timer mogul kit, which was bought in the late summer of 2024. Watch this video here to learn more about her. The previous owner had given her a Ridgeway spark arrestor, which is a modification I hope to make for most of my locomotives in the future. As for modifications I did to her myself, I ripped off the old decals before applying my own with a Brother P-Touch label maker. After that, I lined her out with an apple barrel gold paint pen. I repainted her roof before I gave her a coat of Krylon gloss to protect her paint. And with that, she was done. Going in numerical order down the roster, we have number 2, Bolt. Bolt was built from a Roundhouse 442 Atlantic kit, and every step of making this model was a nightmare. When the model arrived, its tender wire had snapped in transit, requiring me to fix it. After that, I found that the model had several layers of paint built up, which I initially tried to scrub off using oven cleaner, which had been my paint stripper of choice for a while now since it easily removed most brush paints. But it was here where I found out it had absolutely zero effect on spray paint. A word of advice, use 91% isopropyl alcohol if you want a household item that can strip paint. During this time, I have the first shots of Rust-Oleum Midnight Blue onto the tender, and then the paint bubbled and chipped.
Son of a fuck!
It took 3 repaints before I finally got a decent coat, and even then it still didn't go on evenly in some places. I then painted the smoke box and firebox silver before I masked off the boiler with a plastic bag. I'd touch up any overspray with a black brush paint later. I then focused on the tender again, painting anything I didn't want to be blue and apple barrel matte black. I then lined both the engine and tender with a gold paint pen before I painted the handrail silver with a paint pen as well. Finally, I made the decals in paint.net, scaled and printed them out on a Google Doc, and then glued the decals to both the engine and tender. It's not too noticeable unless you're actually trying to look for it. 5-foot rule, am I right? I then finally sealed the model with Krylon gloss, and Bolt was done. Next up is a model I haven't even started yet. This is locomotive number 10, Roxy, aka Midland Terminal 59. This is an Athearn Roundhouse 280, which was given to me by T12 Productions while we were on the Heist charter on the Durango and Silverton. Thanks again for giving this to me, man. I intend to model Midland Terminal 59 as she appeared on the final train ever ran on the Midland, a farewell photo charter. 59 was dolled up with white lining and a simple MTRY on the tender. Modifications to the model are going to include new air reservoirs on the engineer's side of the model, as well as between the domes, a cross-compound air compressor to replace the single 9-inch pump, cutting into and modifying the running board, moving the bell, adding coal boards to the tender, and replacing the wooden cab with a steel cab. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Next up is one of 6 Bud RDCs built for the railroad, number R2D2. Wait, what? Okay, I should probably explain my railroad's numbering scheme because it's very convoluted. Every number has a prefix and/or suffix, whether it's visible or not. The engines I've showed you so far all have the prefix SG for standard gauge. There's also NG for narrow gauge. Other prefixes include S for shop switcher, D for diesel, R for self-propelled rail cars, etc. R2 stands for self-propelled rail car class 2, and D2 stands for diesel 2 of that class. Yes, the numbering scheme is intentionally stupid just so we can have an excuse to make numbers like this. That's not even the worst one. That honor goes to C²S1. Good luck trying to figure that one out. As for the model itself, it's a Proto 1000 Bud RDC3, which was painted up and lettered the night I got it. I masked everything I didn't want painted with Scotch tape, and then sprayed the model with Rust-Oleum Midnight Blue. I lined it out with the gold paint pen once again, made decals with the label maker, and shot the model with Krylon gloss. After that, it was done. Now on to one of my railroad's 3 shop critters. This is the Fairplay Shops Switcher number 1, a custom-ordered Plymouth 040 built in 1952, along with another for the shops in Colorado Springs. The model was made using a Tyco Plymouth switcher. This is the model I have the least to say about since it was the easiest to do and doesn't have any crazy backstory. I primed it, painted it blue, lined it out with the paint pen, painted the roof black, and then clear coated it. It was fairly simple, all things considered. The final locomotive we'll be discussing today isn't even an HSP&S locomotive. This is Guffey Municipal Railway Locomotive 1816, an ex-Canadian Pacific RS-18U. The Guffey Municipal Railway is a 4-mile-long railway completed in 1989, which brings tourists from the interchange near 11 Mile Reservoir to the small town of Guffey. The line initially had a small used Plymouth up until 2008, when number 1816 was purchased for scrap value from the New Brunswick East Coast Railway. Other than tourists, the railway's primary cargo is beer. Yes, beer. Once a week, a reefer is shipped to the interchange, where the RS-18 takes it into town to restock the 2 bars in the liquor store. With the freshwater bar finally reopening later this year, the railway will have 4 clients which order nothing but the finest alcohol. As for the model itself, this is a Rapido RS-18U, which I got in a mystery box in 2024. It's a very fine model, which is why I'm so terrified to work on it, even though the only thing I'm going to do is patch out the NBEC on the long hood. I'm thinking about having it professionally done along with some weathering and installing a Blue Nami decoder in order to run it basically anywhere. And that's the last model I have to show off today. Now let's see them all in action, shall we?